America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Moment of prayer. Thank you.
Alderman Wattawa.
Here.
Alderwoman Calderon.
Here.
Alderman Berkner.
Here.
Alderman Fire.
Here.
Slash Council President, sorry. Alderman Damon.
Here.
Alderwoman Bliss.
Here.
Mayor Tutai.
Here.
Hail, hail, the gang is all.
Telephonic meeting, none.
The meeting has been properly posted and noticed.
Public hearing, none. Presentation, none. Citizens' comments, I'm going to go out on a limb and say none. Consent agenda, is there? Ricky G's up north. Consent agenda, is there any other person that'd like anything removed?
Mayor, I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Recommendation of actions from committees, commissions, and boards. Action to be taken from the licensing committee meeting held July 18th, 2023. Don, please.
This evening, we're looking for new beverage operators license for Susanna Dunkel and Kristen Fenninger.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
And that's all from licensing, Mayor.
Thank you, sir. Action to be taken from the Finance Committee? None. Action to be taken from the Bargaining Committee? None. Action to be taken from the Board of Public Works? None. Action to be taken from the Planning Commission? None. Resolution and ordinances? None. Discussion items with possible action. Cooperation Agreement, Milwaukee County. Paul or Mark?
This is an agreement with the county with respect to the requirements for the county and the federal government under which we would get community block grant funds. This is an agreement that we've seen in the past, and it would be consistent with what the city has done in the past as far as the agreement with the county.
I'll move to place on file and agree with the necessary signatures.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Block party, street closing, 3254 East Canaan Avenue, August 5th, 2023.
Mayor, I'll move to approve the block party application, subject to any police and fire consideration.
Second.
Any further discussion? Captain, do you have any?
Oh, I probably sent it out afterwards. I mean, I put it on the agenda, I'm sorry. That was me, trying to be efficient.
Any concerns from police or fire?
And this is like third or fourth year at least that they've been doing it? Yeah. All right, moving on. Removal of Nasheen.
You have to mow.
Yep.
Never correct me when I'm wrong, Lisa. Now you made me lose my train of thought.
All in favor?
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. You got me on that one, gentlemen. Moving on. Removal of Nasheen Trail Box Civic Center. Mark?
So the city received a donation for the little box that's back here at the entrance of the Nashing Trail from the Girl Scout troop, and I forget which troop number it is. But it was supposed to be used for brochures for the Nashing Trail. And it really has turned into a little library that's on city property. But the issue is that the whole box was made out of plywood and the whole thing is deteriorating. It's coming off the top. The top is deteriorating. In talking with Paul, our liability for having a little library on public property, because we don't go out there and check to see what books or what people are placing in there on a daily basis, so we don't know what children might have access to or others who might not be allowed to have access to certain things might get access to whatever's in that box. So I think the recommendation is because of the state of deterioration of the box and because it's currently being used for what it wasn't intended purpose was, that staff's recommendation is that we remove it.
I'll make the, to remove the trail box for the Neosho Trail.
Second.
Just a couple of thoughts before we vote, if that's okay. First is, do we know who, if it's in use today? And should we have some sort of a notice period posted on the box before we just go out and remove it? And second, have we talked to the library committee about potentially maintaining that box on their own? They could do the daily check and that sort of a thing.
And the first part, I agree totally. The second part, that I got to keep the city first. If there's books in there and someone's putting drugs, pornographic stuff in it, we're going to be held liable. So I got to protect the city first.
Yeah,
But your first part, I agree totally.
I understand that. I'm just wondering if they would, we can do it or we don't have to, but just a thought, if they wanted
But
to
we
take
should give
on
notice.
the responsibility of checking it daily, that sounded like something the city didn't want to do, but maybe the library would, that's all.
Mark, when did we get that? That Girl Scout troop even in existence anymore? That came
It doesn't
from?
give a date in it. I'm not sure when it was dedicated to the city. Could have been, right about that time.
14 or 15.
Yeah, and we can certainly put a sign on, it and say that, the box will be removed at the end of the month, or, if anybody wants to take any of the books out of it, they can take the books out of it. Anything that's left, we can give to the library.
Makes sense. Any further discussion?
I'll amend my motion to have it noted before we remove it.
I agree.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Appointments to committees, commissions, and boards? None. Correspondence with possible action? None. Other business? None. Department heads?
None.
I didn't get to the clerks yet. Engineering, Bill, please.
I'll keep it fairly brief tonight. We've got the MMSD annual report that is due July 30th. We're nearing the completion of that, so that will be submitted prior to the deadline. I'll provide an update at the next council meeting on that. Our CMAR, which is submitted to DNR, we plan to present that to the city council, and then that will be adopted by resolution at the next council meeting as well. We've been working with Mark and Dave on the CMOM, which is the operation and maintenance plan that the annual report is based on. So we've been collecting information, updating that report. The last one was completed in 2019, so we need to update that and submit that to DNR as well. Our MS4 permit still tracking to be issued by October 1st, 2023 here. Eric has been working back and forth with them, sharing data back and forth with DNR, so everything is tracking very well on that. I had mentioned the last meeting for the facilities that we had submitted a wetland exemption for the anticipated wetland at the DPW facility. That was submitted July 5th. I'm hoping that within the next 2 weeks we have an answer on that. Once we do have an answer on that, then we can, I can advise you guys on how to fill that, assuming that we get that approved. And then at that point, we'll be able to have more clear direction to be able to give you guys some more scope on the facility plan, because we'll know what we can or can't do on that site, or on that DPW facility site. And then the bike pedestrian lanes, I have not been able to get to that, but I hope to within the next 2 weeks to be able to give that an update to you guys as well. So we're still on it. Just want to make sure you guys are aware of that. And with that, I'll pass.
Appreciate that, Bill. Thank you. Chief Poplar?
Real brief, we had a good turnout for the boys or the high school football team. They hosted their car wash at our station on, what was that, Saturday? On Saturday, and had an excellent turnout. And we have it's vacation period for all the fire, it's summertime. And then we have one of our newer firefighter paramedics is Army reservist who's on his like summer activation. So I'm picking up 24-hour shifts at the station, so don't hesitate to email or call me if you need me. I'm out of most of the vacation days fall on weekends, so I'm usually here on Saturdays and Sundays working the shifts. So don't hesitate to text me or call me if you need me if I'm not in the office. With that, I pass.
Thanks,
I
Chief.
I just want to say that the football, the donation, they got $950 in donations.
They're actually going to have another $100 from, I forget his name. He's in Bayview, Howard Avenue, and Clement from the gas station. Yesterday, he gave me $100 for them, so they'll be over 1,000. Captain?
Just a couple reminder dates here. So this Thursday at 7 o'clock, Vretner Park is our annual movie night. Top Gun Maverick. It was Ann's favorite movie. That's why we're playing it. Wednesday, July 26th, we're going to be participating in the statewide 2023 speed awareness campaign. Obviously, the big thing nowadays is reckless driving. It's all you hear about on the news. And so all these agencies, State Patrol, everybody's getting creative and trying to combat reckless driving, being visible. So St. Francis will be participating on Wednesday, July 26th from noon to 8. We're going to have 4 officers out there doing nothing but traffic. And that will be paid for with our traffic grant. So
What date is this again?
yeah, so Wednesday, July 26th.
I'll be up north.
Speed on 794.
Hand in your license plates when you're done to me at the front desk here, and I'll make sure. So that will be happening. And then don't forget, obviously, can't forget National Night Out is Wednesday, August 2nd. And that's always, a big event for not only the PD, but I think the entire city as well. And then lastly, the USA Triathlon is going to be Saturday, August 5th. And I'm starting to put notifications out. Obviously, it cripples our city. Howard Avenue from 794 east to Lake Drive is completely shut down from like 5:30 in the morning to about 1 in the afternoon. So we'll be going door to door next week and getting hold of everybody and advising everybody. And then the last thing is, if Chief Hunter asked, I was here tonight to 9 o'clock.
I thought 10.
Real quick on the triathlon. So they really, really, really like coming to Milwaukee. I deal with them quite a bit. And just so everyone knows, yes, they're coming through for the 3rd year in a row. Milwaukee's not hosting it for the next 3 years. So there's going to be reprieve. So I know that it's a lot. I mean, it's a lot. It's task loading for our DPW. I mean, the triathlon handles quite a bit of the traffic. I know it's a lot of meetings, a lot of planning, but there'll be at least a 3-year hiatus for the triathlon coming through our city again. So it seems to come in 2-year contracts with the option of renewal for the 3rd, but then they take a break for a couple of years.
A lot of people complain.
I was just gonna say, that's good news, because no matter how much advertisement we get out, the residents ask, like, how come I can't get through? What happened? And it doesn't matter what happened.
So the triathlons, the qualifiers, like what we host now this year, there's actually Olympians coming through, so they've expanded a day. A lot of times it's the age brackets for people who just say I want to do it. This year is going to be probably televised on ESPN 8 or whatever that channel is, but there's actually the Olympiad athletes coming through, people from all over the country. But they have Long Beach, California, and they do somewhere in Kentucky or Tennessee, but Milwaukee is their favorite venue for actually it's the best venue when you talk to the supervisors and managers and really the president of USA Triathlon. It's their favorite venue to come to. But the thing is that the city of Milwaukee tourism, they have to say a lot. We have to take a break for a couple of years, so we should see them probably in another 3 or 4 years after this year.
And we get to know, we've gotten a lot of compliments from people from all over the country how beautiful our lakefront
Thank you. Ann?
I have nothing, I will pass, sir.
Oh, by the way, she just turned 50 on Sunday, so tell her happy birthday.
Yeah, right, 50-ish.
Ish.
He's making up for a lot of stuff, right?
I'm trying. I'm trying.
Not working.
No. But happy 60th.
Thank you, sir.
Paul?
Yes, just happy 60th to Ann and happy 30th to Mark, and then I'll reserve for the closed session. Thank you.
Mark?
Thank you, Mayor. We did meet with Oak Creek, and so I think we're very close to an agreement. I think it's down to like one item that we're still waiting back to hear from them on, and that's placing limitations on the total amount that they can increase the contract throughout the 10-year period. So we've indicated to them that we would like to have it before the common councils in September for approval. So that's very close. I have to apologize for the stuffiness in this building. We had a compressor go out in an HVAC unit 2 Saturdays ago. It actually threw the breaker out 1 o'clock in the morning. We had the generator running for most of the day to keep the police and fire operating, but the rest of this building had no power. So they determined that it was a compressor in one of the 8-year-old units that are on the roof. And the cost of replacing that compressor is $20,000. So we are trying to get another quote or bid on that repair.
Isn't that ridiculous for an 8-year-old?
It,
I mean,
it,
that's
it,
ridiculous.
it really is. I was shocked that a compressor, of course, it is a big unit. It's a big unit on the roof, and it is likely gonna need a crane to come over and help lift it to get access, but still, it's something that you'd expect to last longer.
Amen.
Nick, you're drooling.
And that's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Matt?
I'll reserve my comments for closed session tonight.
Thank you. Steve?
I'll pass this evening, sir.
Don?
Ditto.
Debbie?
Just happy birthday to both of them.
Well, Mark's, his 30th wedding anniversary.
Okay. He's actually not 30
Happy
years old. I know it's hard to believe.
Something special.
Almost. Almost. Yeah, he'll be my age in 6 months. Oh, wow.
Sarah?
I'll pass.
Sean?
Happy birthday, happy anniversary. Nice to see everybody. I'll save the rest for closed session.
Who are you seeing?
I will save, let's not move ahead too fast.
Where are you and what did you do with Sean Fire?
And the mayor has nothing to say. We'll be going into closed session. Ann?
Okay, you adjourned to closed session under Wisconsin State Statute, Section 1985 1C, for the purpose of considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee for which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility. The item for discussion is the city administrator performance evaluation and Wisconsin State Statute 1985 1E for the purpose of deliberating or negotiating the purchase of public property, the investing of public funds, or the conducting of other specified public business, and as long as competitive bargaining or bargaining reasons require a closed session. Item for discussion is the 3700 South Lake Drive potential amendment to the Campbell Agreement. And if I could spell it.
Well, I can't talk, so.
I just need somebody to move.
I'll motion for a roll call.
Second.
Alderman Berkner.
Here.
Jeez Louise. Alderman Wattawa.
Aye.
Aye.
Alderman Calderon.
Aye.
Alderman Fire.
Aye.
Aye.
We'll take a 2-minute break and then we'll be in the West.
In the city of St. Francis and the Campbell Capital Group. as-
Second. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
I will make a motion that, after discussion, that we approve a 2% January, 1% July raise for our city administrator, retroactive to January, and an additional week of vacation, bringing it to 4 weeks.
Second.
And the,
Yeah,
Yeah,
I said
yeah,
1%
yeah.
July.
Yep.
And retroactive, though, we're going with them.
Let me know when you're ready.
And who was the second?
Matt,
Matt Damon.
Okay.
All in favor?
aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it.
I'll move to adjourn.
Second.
Mayor's report. I know it's getting late.
Aye.
Aye.